Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. Hey, want to thank you all for joining us here today, Lions Talk Live. It's a little bit later in the evening, just before 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the Legion of Whom might be back and running for the Detroit Lions as we prepare for the Rams, the final 4 games of the regular season. Everybody's going to be paying attention to the Detroit Lions because if they can get a win here this particular weekend, I think we all agree, man, the playoff opportunities for this team really do skyrise. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I know I'm about an hour or so late getting it to you guys, but I had my own coaching duties. They had to get back over from done with that to get over to you. But Arthur Maulet is back with the team, back on the 53-man roster, and you guys all get it. When he was out there, when he first hit the field against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all this guy did was make plays. Broke up a pass, intercepted a pass, put some guy on his butt. We'll have to say with that. I could have rhymed something else there, but you guys get it. What we know is the Legion of Whom has made themselves a big force for this franchise when called upon. Once again, the Lions need some more help in the secondary. They've been beset with injuries. Kerby Joseph, Terrion Arnold, and Brian Branch. You guys understand it. But who's back on the team? Back again. You know what? The Legion of Whom's back. That's what we know. Whiteside's back with the team. Maulet's back with the team. And this guy, they did have to let go of Ross Dwelley. Tight end was waived to make a spot for him. But I think we all agree, bringing back some of these guys gives Kelvin Sheppard the type of coverage he wants, the flexibility in the defense he needs. Are they going to elevate somebody else, maybe Lawrence Strickland? We're going to have to wait and see. But the Legion of Whom has made their presence felt with the NFL, with the Lions fan base, and definitely with opposing quarterbacks. I think this would be a nice move for the Detroit Lions entering the final 4 games of the regular season, because what he does is exactly what the Lions want. They want somebody who's sticky in man coverage, not afraid to get physical in run defense, helping set the edge, bringing down running backs, etc. We all wanted to know what was going to happen if Kerby Joseph doesn't return this week. If Brian Branch did go on the IR, he is done for the year, so he's going to be going there. But now you got some familiar faces. You don't have to start with scratch with these guys. They already know the calls, the systems, the coaches know their strengths. Do crew, what say you? Lions last game put on a whole lot of pressure on Dak Prescott. The pass defense wasn't great, but I think we all agree it helped play a part in getting that victory. Now you go up against possibly the reigning MVP front runner for this year, Matt Stafford, the former Lion. You guys all know the story going into this one. You know the NFL is going to build that up. We're all tired of it. But what do you say about this return? I personally like it, and I like it a lot. I like he can play all 3 of the phases that typically Brian Branch would play. Up as a pseudo linebacker, both deep safety spots, can play a little bit in the nickel, maybe not as good as Brian Branch, but Brian Branch is pretty rare by any standard for a safety. The fact that he can play safety, corner, against almost anybody in the NFL while playing linebacker. Legion of Whom is back on the attack. Let's get to the Do Crew comment section, and then we'll get you guys out of here and catch you all in the morning. Conan, I've seen this. I'm feeling better about the back end of our defense. I am too, man. Nobody's going to be Brian Branch. You can't worry about that. Be you. And Maulet, what I'll say, when he's been out on the field for Lions, he's made plays. Property Lord, win this game, and all the negative fans will eat a lot of crow. Could be very true. You'll see a whole lot of people. I thought last week when we won the game, you started seeing the bandwagon, kind of, picking back up. You win this game, man, all hands on deck. We're heading towards the playoffs. The fan base is going to be ravenous. Trey, I was shocked we cut Maulet because that guy makes plays. I agree with that, 100%. Jedi Sith, if nothing else, we have more depth. That's a part of it, too. Chrome, Dan, Chrome, how you doing? Scott, what's up, Coach Dan? Not too much. How you doing, Scott? Don Kong, who's back? Well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Lauren, let's go, Legion of Whom? L with an exclamation point. Joe, who? And I got you there. Scott, let's go, Lions. I'm back with that. Off the top, what do you got? They have to win. I like it. I like it if we win. We win. I think we're running the table. And you know what? That might actually get you a chance at the number 1 seed in the NFC, let alone the NFC North. We'll talk about that in the morning. Christopher, let's go. Exclamation points, back at you. I like the way you're thinking. Off the top, this is a must win. I concur. Bill, what do you got? Gotta get over the California problem. I get that. I know we had it on the morning show. Lions, I don't remember the full stat, but they won 4 or 5 games and lost 22 since 85. we'll see if we can change that narrative a little bit. Lauren Mullet, I'm down with that. Scott, yeah, Whiteside. I like Whiteside a lot. I think a lot of the fan base do, though. DM5, Coach Dan, I think we can take the Rams. I do too. I think our ground game, if that gets churning against their D, it sets a whole lot of stuff for the Lions passing attack to play action. The defense, we'll have to see what they come up with against Stafford. Stafford, he's a veteran. He knows everything. I get it. But having some flexibility in that defense, having Mullet back along with some other people, that's nice. Christopher, we need to win the last games. I like it. I like the way you're thinking. Miles, what do you got? Who? And now you know. Queen Mary, I'm good with that move. I think we are too, Queen. Good to see you. Lauren, Arthur Mullet, Bo, woo! All right, let's see. Miles Margaret, thank you, Lauren. Off the top, Stafford is going to try to make that beat-up secondary pay. Plus, he hasn't beaten us yet. There's that aspect for sure. Lauren, I got you, buddy. Lauren, Legion of with our D-line should definitely throw Stafford off his game. I think you are right. Scott, it's not a beat-up backfield. It's good backups. I like the way you are saying that. I think you're spot on with that. They have played pretty well. Cynthia, exclamation point. They're bringing in more grit. They did play with grit the last time. They did indeed. Our Lions are preparing for the win. Yes, they are. DM5, still a chance we can earn even the number 1 seed. Correct with that. I'll handle that more in the morning show. We beat the Rams, and they lose another plus Bears, and Packers losing 2, and Eagles losing 2. Yeah, Eagles, man. Ain't that going to be a story? Don Kong, laughing out loud at Lauren. Okay. So if there is more breaking news later today, I'll maybe get it over to you. If not, it'll be definitely the morning show. I'll do the best I can. Otherwise, thanks for popping in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that stuff. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you guys all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, all.